I have decided to replace all of these rubber boots with leather for magnets, and all of the little switches, the tactile switches in the bottom, for reed switches like this, magnetic reed switches. And I got the parts from a couple of different sources. This is a toy called Magnetix, and they make a couple of magnets. They make the ceramic magnets and the neodymium. So you need the stronger one, the one with the metallic shine, the neodymium magnet for this project. And the reed switches, I'll put in a link in the description, and I got them from DigiKey, but you can use another reputable source. I wouldn't recommend going to Amazon or eBay because you are likely to get some lower quality stuff. But this is a reputable brand. These are actually very good ones, and I will link it in the description of this video. Each of these rubber boots is held by 2 screws. There's Phillips number 2, Phillips number 1 on the top, and I'm removing all of them, and I'm going to be putting the plastic zip tie holders and then a magnet, and then I'm going to remove the whole printed circuit board and replace these little tactile switches, these guys, for a reed switch. And I'm going to use the same ones that I use here and use the same method for adjusting the magnet. All of these rubber boots have been removed, and I'm going to put the plastic brackets on the end of each pedal. I have removed all of these rubber tactile switches and put these tiny reed switches in place all along this board and the other board. What I'm going to do now is use these 2 spare holes and solder a couple of wires so I can adjust the magnets, and then I will cut them off. I have the board ready, and these wires are connected parallel with the tiny reed switches, so I'll be able to use continuity tester and catch the moment when the magnet comes close to the reed switch and turns it on and off. And right now I'm going to mount the brackets for the magnets. This side is already finished. It has been tested, and I put hot glue over the reed switch and hot glue over the magnet, including a little bit over the wood. So just in case if it tends to turn or twist. And these are ready to test. I'm going to connect continuity tester, and I'll check each of them, plus check the neighboring. So when I test this one, I'm going to also press this magnet, make sure that it doesn't trigger the one beside. So here's the test for each pedal. I connected continuity buzzer, and when I press this one, it is working great. I press the neighbor, make sure it doesn't trigger. This one, that's perfect, yeah. That's all I want. And I'm going to do this with each and every one of the pedals. This is the final look at the pedal board before I close it up. So here the magnets, they are different colors, but they are about the same strength. And I put some melt hot glue over the reed switches, and the magnets are pretty secure now. They're not going to move. You know, when you press the board, when you press the pedal, the magnets are not going to dislocate or move. And I'm going to put it back together, and I give it final test, and hopefully I'll never have to look at it again. I threw away all the plungers with the rubber boots and the switches, and I installed the reed switches with magnets. And now just a final test. Let's see if every note Yeah, seems to be perfect. Yeah, no problem. And I hope that I will never have to open it up again. Yeah, they should last for the life of the organ. Perfect. Yeah, it is working very well. Well, if you have problem with your pedal board, you can use this instruction. And I would rather use the factory retrofit kit. However, I waited over a year, and when I got it wasn't the right size, so I decided to just forget it and do my own. Otherwise, if you have a chance to get the factory kit, it's probably nicer looking, and less work, because you simply replace the whole board. But if you don't mind doing a project, you can do what I did. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Thanks for watching.